Welcome to our channel where we dig deep into the truths behind celebrity drama, controversies, and the stories the industry doesn't want you to hear. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends because today, we're diving into one of the most shocking turns in music industry history. Yes, you heard it right. Universal Music Group, UMG, has officially responded to Drake's lawsuit, and it's not looking good for the Toronto superstar. In fact, he may have just lost everything. Let's rewind for a moment to understand how we got here. A few months ago, Drake filed a lawsuit against UMG, claiming that the music giant had unfairly profited from his catalog, restricted his creative freedom, and violated certain contractual agreements. According to Drake, his streaming numbers alone were worth billions, yet he felt shackled by outdated terms and a lack of transparency in revenue distribution. This was not just about money, it was about control, legacy, and respect. Drake's lawsuit sent shockwaves through the music industry. For someone of his caliber to challenge a behemoth like UMG was unprecedented. After all, UMG is one of the biggest and most powerful players in the game, representing artists like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, and The Weeknd. Drake's bold move was seen by many as a fight for artist rights, a modern David versus Goliath story. But as we now know, not every David gets to slay the giant. This week, UMG finally broke its silence, filing its official response to Drake's lawsuit, and their strategy was nothing short of ruthless. In a detailed and scathing legal rebuttal, UMG not only denied all of Drake's claims but also turned the tables on him, accusing him of breach of contract, mismanagement of funds, and even defamation. Let that sink in for a moment. Drake, one of the most beloved and successful artists of our time, was accused by his own label of failing to uphold his end of the deal. UMG argued that they had invested hundreds of millions into Drake's career, providing him with unparalleled resources, global marketing, and creative support. In their view, Drake's lawsuit was not a righteous battle for fairness but a selfish attempt to rewrite the terms of an agreement he had willingly signed. And it gets worse. As part of their legal strategy, UMG sought damages that could bankrupt even someone as wealthy as Drake. They demanded repayment of alleged advances, production costs, and marketing budgets, all of which amounted to hundreds of millions. According to insiders, UMG's lawyers were ruthless, presenting evidence that painted Drake as someone who had repeatedly violated his contract by leaking music, failing to deliver projects on time, and collaborating with third parties without authorization. But here's the real kicker. The court sided with UMG. Yes, you heard that right. The judge ruled in favor of Universal, stating that Drake's claims lacked sufficient evidence and that his actions had, in fact, caused financial harm to the label. As a result, Drake not only lost the lawsuit but was also ordered to pay UMG an eye-watering sum in damages reportedly exceeding $200 million. Let's pause here for a moment. If you're as shocked as we are, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who's been following this story. This is the kind of bombshell news you need to share. The ripple effects of this case have been enormous. Artists, industry insiders, and fans are all weighing in on the implications of Drake's loss. For some, this is a cautionary tale about the dangers of biting the hand that feeds you. Drake, after all, owes much of his success to UMG's vast infrastructure and promotional machine. Without them, would he have become the global icon we know today? Others, however, see this as a tragic example of how the music industry can crush even its brightest stars. Drake's lawsuit, while unsuccessful, brought attention to important issues like artist compensation, creative control, and the often exploitative nature of record label contracts. Some argue that UMG's aggressive response was less about money and more about sending a message. If Drake can't win, what chance does anyone else have? So, where does Drake go from here? Losing a case of this magnitude isn't just a financial blow, it's a reputational one. UMG's accusations of contract violations and mismanagement could tarnish his image as a savvy businessman and respected artist. And with such a massive financial judgment hanging over his head, Drake's future projects may face significant hurdles. Rumors are already swirling about what's next. Some insiders suggest that Drake might attempt to go independent, using his loyal fan base to rebuild his empire without the constraints of a major label. Others believe he might seek a partnership with a rival company, though his tarnished reputation could make that difficult. And then there's the possibility that Drake could take a step back from the spotlight altogether, focusing on personal projects and rebuilding his finances. One thing is certain, this is a pivotal moment in Drake's career, and how he handles it will define his legacy. Drake's loss is a stark reminder of the power imbalance that still exists in the music industry. For all his wealth and influence, Even he couldn't overcome the legal and financial might of a company like UMG. It raises important questions about how artists are treated and whether the current system truly allows them to thrive. At the same time, this case highlights the importance of understanding contracts and the long-term implications of signing with a major label. Drake's situation should serve as a warning to young artists entering the industry. Know what you're signing and don't assume that success will protect you from the fine print. Drake's lawsuit against UMG was supposed to be a game-changer, a David versus Goliath story that would inspire artists around the world. Instead, it ended in disaster with Drake losing everything: money, reputation, and perhaps even the trust of his fans. UMG's response was brutal but effective, and it has left the music industry reeling. As this story continues to unfold, we'll be here to bring you the latest updates and insights. What do you think about this shocking